Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crate Expectations. I'm here with my co-host, That'll Do, Sarah. How are you today, Sarah?
Oh, good. How are you?
That'll do.
That'll do. Uh,
Hmm. Yeah, we found one of Sarah's triggers.
that'll do, Peg. Pig.
That'll do, Peg. Bringing our inside jokes to
I
to
was
to Crate, but
I was gonna be all serious and calm, and then I couldn't do it.
I know I triggered you out of it. It was good.
It's fine.
Um, so we're everyone's unlocking Jar Jar, right?
Totally.
Yeah. Some of the people who have all the Gungans are also not unlocking Jar Jar right now.
Some of them who have them higher than the Relic 5 requirement are also not unlocking Jar Jar.
What have you? So okay, I'm actually out of the loop on Jar Jar a little bit.
Mhm.
I spent the money. I realized with the packs it was only going to cost me $150, which is within my price range because it's the start of the month. Like
Okay.
I have it's within my budget, and so I could do it. So I actually got them all to 5 stars or to 7 stars,
hmm
and Relic 5, and I was like, wow, I have a lot of gear saved up. But I was ready. I have them. I haven't had the time today
hmm
to do that. Like I just haven't had the time to do anything about the mission, and so I've heard that it's tough. But do you know stories? I want to hear the stories.
Um, I've also heard it's tough. I haven't watched anyone try it because it was I heard it that time. It was wild today at work for me, but I have heard from multiple people that tier 3 is the worst, but that also tier 1 and tier 2 are just as bad. Like, or that they're no walk in the park either, I believe was the exact phrasing. Uh, Lots of remodding going
I like
on and
it's
like
like the people who are like the least likely to go on walks in the park are telling you it's no walk in the park. We're all playing a
basically
mobile game.
we can walk in the park while we play the mobile game. It's
I
fine.
do sometimes actually.
Yeah.
So, so yeah.
Um,
Has people broken their phones yet over it?
I mean, if they have, they're not admitting to it. Um, I
I
do
guess
know
they couldn't
somebody
tell you.
else. Somebody else was saying it was all in tier. I think it was in tier 3. They were talking about like timing Jar Jar's basics so that you're able to heal. I think it's phalange you want to heal one of them. Um, but
I
like
just,
timing the right moves. Like it's the usual. And a lot of people just being like, I'll come back to this later.
I, yeah.
But I didn't even look to see. I'm curious how many we ended up getting in our guild today. So I'm gonna look
Hmm.
in the uh you know the .gg because I'm too lazy to look in game.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know about that. So, what I want to know
we have 5.
is 5.
hmm Well, I
I
think we
want.
probably have more, but go on. Sorry.
What are your thoughts on? I don't know if I've asked you this before. I'm curious though. What are your thoughts on difficult unlock missions? Like when a new event comes out, Leia has a few kind of challenging ones. Like Jabba was a total walko. Like I didn't bother to make a guide because it's so easy.
hmm
Certain galactic legends, certain legendaries actually have challenging missions, and whereas it's fertile ground for me to make a guide about it, I like to make those guides. And stuff. What are your thoughts as a player of like, do you enjoy that challenge? Like what are your thoughts on that? I'm curious.
Have you met me? Don't I like regularly whine to you when they're too hard? I think so. So this is
You
actually
do. Yeah, you're right. I remember I had to go. You were like, "This doesn't work. Your method doesn't work." And then I went in and did it. Like the first try, I was like, "My method doesn't work. You're right."
It wasn't working. Um,
It was. I did it on your
you know
account.
what? I'm not gonna break my phone, but I was gonna punch you that day. But actually, okay, no, I do have an answer for your question in all seriousness. Um, I think for me, the issue that I have with difficult unlocks is not that they're difficult, it's that there's no consistency across the board in terms of um like how difficult things will be. And you can see it in the sense of like the Jedi Cal event, you only needed the characters at gear 12, and you can go in with the characters at gear 12 and complete it without much difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not needing to like over invest. Um, so regardless of it being Relic 5, Gear 12, Relic 7, like whatever the case is, if you can complete it at the required level consistently across the board, no matter what the requirement is. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Like some of them you can do that, some of them you might as well just throw extra relic levels on and make it easier. Like there's no consistency. And I think that's where my issue is.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it. Whereas, okay, so I tend to really like them, and not just because I can make a video of them. And
Hmm.
I'm not trying to preach to anyone if people are watching. Like, I'm not saying you have to be like this because I feel like people think I'm preaching this, but I really like them because it's a way to force me to learn the kits in
Yes.
ways that I just hadn't before. Like because I tend to be on the lazy side sometimes of like if there's a totally new team and there's a ton of mechanics and it's very challenging for me to read things
Hmm.
and then process them and know how they're going to work. I do way better at button mashing for a while and then slowly integrating. Like I'm like, well, why does this work? And then I'll look at that part of the kit and slowly compartmentalizing this chunk and this chunk. And so I like that it like the Grand Inquisitor one. I know a ton of people got really mad, but like I
Hmm.
never had any issues with it, and it's not because I had God mods. It's because on some foundational fundamental level, like I understood how it interacted. Like I failed for a while, and then I got to the point where I was beating it every single time, and then I went and did it with my alt with way worse mods and way worse everything, and I still did it every time
Hmm.
because I understood. And I understand people's frustration. Some people don't want to get to that level of understanding. Some people, and I don't. I mean, some people just can't. Kind of like they don't like process the same way I do.
Yep.
But I personally really enjoy that little extra challenge and stuff. I mean, I may be cursing Jar Jar's name here in a little bit too. Once I actually do try the missions, I don't know, but I do tend to like that. And it's always like I struggle sometimes when I'm like, what? People don't experience things the exact same way I do? What's going on with what's going on? Like what's wrong with you? But
The Grand Inquisitor one is a good example because a ton of people said the same thing, which with that event you were like forced to learn how the Inquisitors worked. Um, which is so true. Like I enjoy using them because of that event. And like you learn so much about their kits through it.
yeah, that squad, man, it's you keep learning. There's so much stuff just packed into it. But yeah, I tend to like that kind of thing. That being said, I'm glad that the admission that the event is like 7 days long.
Yeah.
I think this where the stress really would come in for me would be if I was one of the people who was like slow farming. I'm like, okay, I just need this one character, and I'm not. By God, I'm not buying in shipments. I'm just gonna get him through.
Hmm.
Boss Nass is my last one or something, and so I'm gonna farm him through the hard node. Okay, I got him, and now I have 18 hours
Yeah,
and a work day
that
to
would
do it in.
stress. I'd call in sick.
Yeah, I mean, which is crazy. That's a mobile game, and we would. I mean, but I would potentially do that too. Like it's a whole thing though. Like that would stress me out. I wouldn't want to, have to do that. I remember way back in the day when we were doing the unlock for Chewbacca, and
Oh.
And I got Bosk, and it was so easy to unlock him. But then
Mhm.
the people, I remember, like Solo couldn't do it. Like because he didn't have Bosk, and he just played it like nonstop for like 3 days and got it in like the last hour.
Yeah, I like the thing with the events when they're these timed ones, like the last 3 days or 7 days or however long it is, and so many people are like, "Oh well, I'll be ready for it 3 days into the event, so I'll have however much time at the
Right.
end to unlock."
Ugh,
It
yikes.
stresses me out. I'm like, I need to be ready before it starts.
Yep, I agree. I don't like it.
Me
So yeah, yeah, it's a whole mess. So yeah, just anyways, I'll probably come out with a guide. A lot of people are asking me, "Are you making a guide?" And I'll almost certainly make one. And this is a long enough event. I probably will make like I'll shoot enough footage to do it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it until the next unlock, which is gonna be the big one.
Right, when a lot of people are doing it because theoretically we should be able to have all of the Gungans farmed by then because they'll all be on a node for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be great. So that being said,
Hmm.
May 4th is coming up,
Yeah.
and CG has not told us anything about double drops.
No. They've so they did oh well, CG didn't. EA posted some forum post thing today. Um,
Ooh,
which
speaking
I
of which, could you hoard now? Just like
Oh, on
energy
Professor
for
X?
Professor X. Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Sorry
I
to do
can.
business on Crate, but
Yes, I can hoard on Professor X. Um, I was trying to find the EA thing post, but because I think they mentioned double. Yes, so on their post, on EA's post, so it's not on the Swigga forums, it's on EA.com. They say double drops are live on select nodes from May 4th to May 8th, but it doesn't tell you what nodes. And I've also heard that this doesn't match the in-game messaging, which I did not see the in-game messaging because I have a really bad habit of clicking out of things as soon as they pop up. Um, so who knows? But I'm pretty sure last year the exact same thing happened where the double drops messaging in-game and on the EA site didn't match. Like
yeah, I
I
mean,
would bet money on it.
I would like to know about it in advance. I feel like that's a failing.
Yeah.
That's though it's not. It's potentially here's me like defending Meatface. This is crazy, but like it might not even be his fault that like I feel like sometimes EA's like no, you guys can't tell him, we're gonna tell him. So
Hmm.
like there are certain posts that they just want to do because they want to be involved. They're like they're like the dad who's not involved with his kids. He's like no, like no, I want to tell the kids this awesome thing so that I can
Yeah, he's like,
get
I showed
points with
up
them.
today.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you get to tell them awesome things all the time.
I'm assuming, I shouldn't assume, but I would like to assume that we would get a post from CG today because it's May 3rd when this posts. So, and Friday going into the weekend. So hopefully it would have like all of details. The EA post also said we're gonna have the like the May 4th gift that we can claim. It's gonna be in our inbox and we have until May 11th to claim it, but it doesn't say what's in it, which is typically in the CG post. Um, so hopefully they put that out today.
Yeah. Meh.
Meh, we'll see.
Meh.
Maybe. And yeah, that's so we don't know what's coming. We do, but we don't.
Yeah, I don't know what the gifts are that they're giving us.
Yeah, no idea. Hopefully we find out today. Maybe it'll be decent. Three
Uh,
Clone Wars Chewie shards.
I'll be honest, I thought by now we would have the first of the Padme or the Queen Amidala characters like announced at
So did
least.
I.
Maybe they'll just maybe that'll be a release like BT1 and
Yeah.
fake C3PO
Yeah, two at one.
twofer. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it'll be great because you can really call them the Lover Boys.
Yeah. The suitors.
Suitors, the male suitors, Ge gentlemanly callers.
Yikes, man.
But I mean, we're running out of time. Like
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna
are.
unlock her what, the 26th, I think it is, that Monday, whatever that Monday is.
Yeah.
So like let's get this ball rolling here.
Chop chop.
Yeah.
Chop
Uh
chop, CG.
I
So,
for sure thought we would get one this week. Sorry, go on.
oh no, you're good. I thought so too. The things that we are getting very soon are the hyperspeed bundles. Is that what they're called? Lightspeed bundles? Yeah.
Lightspeed bundles. There's 5.
5 of them, yeah. And they look okay, at least.
I'm excited. Like, yeah, I'm pumped.
You sound like the pumpedest.
I'm the pumpedest. So like there's a Night Sister one. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to finish my Night Sisters for I don't even know how long, and I just keep ignoring them like they're Lord Vader or something.
Yeah,
And
I am so in conflict of Night Sisters, honestly, because I kill so I on my main account, I ran into a Jabba recently, and I needed to kill the Jabba, and so I sent in Night Sisters, killed the ads, and then I cleaned up Jabba with something else.
man,
And that was fine, that was cool. But then on my alt, with way worse mod or not, well, way worse mods and way worse gear and everything. That's just a garbage squad, like it's just total garbage. But with like Relic 5 on Daka,
mm-hmm.
and then everyone else, I think maybe Asajj is Relic 2 for some reason. I stopped at 2. Everyone else is gear 12 or worse. I've managed to solo 2 different Jabbas. Or not solo, but one shot 2 of them.
One
Because
shot.
yeah, because my Night Sisters on my main account wouldn't die because they're so resilient.
Oh,
And you need them to all die. You just need it to only be Marin, so she can just loop turn meter forever. And I managed to make it work on 2 of my other accounts, or
mm-hmm.
on my or against 2 other accounts, because all my garbage Night Sisters died like the trash they are.
Right.
And on my main account, I was like, oh, you guys are good, so now we have to multi-shot Jabba.
Why don't you just like take their mods off?
I legitimately think I'm considering that.
Are you really? I was just being a smartass.
Right. I know. I mean, that's your default, but that no, that's kind of what you almost need to do because you need them to die, and it's just such a wild, it's such a silly thing that you're actually penalized for putting gear on them on some levels. Like I think you overall you're gonna benefit more from having a lot of relics, but
Right.
it is just I'm like, I don't know. Should I spend money to make my squad worse in some ways?
I just want them done. Not done, but I feel bad that they're mediocre.
Do you have an Omicron on Marin yet?
No. Maybe I should put one on her. I think I
I
probably
mean,
have one I could burn.
it's really good. Like even at the end game, it's really good. She is that squad is so good, man.
I should do that because I need stronger squads in GAC so that I can, you know, try a little harder sometimes.
So you can maintain your current level of dominance.
I did a full clear last week.
I love that you're like, I did one full clear last week. Like, a whole full clear. Yay. Yay, Sarah.
I also had one where I just did one battle and I won because my guy didn't attack.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, sorry. It's called balance.
For him. Because
For
he's
me.
like, yeah, you had okay. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
One day I get to do one attack and the other day I do a full clear.
Well, it's funny because you can place a bunch of garbage on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you could put a lot of good stuff on defense, sorry, but then like people see how big your account is, they see that you have all the stuff, and they just kind of leave you alone. And that never happens to me. Like people just like they see the just total crap account that they're facing, and
Hmm.
they're just like, yeah, this is gonna be a free paycheck, kind of like. So they just go in and just wipe me out every time they can, like that. I'm like the easy match, and so the ones that I win, I'm like, yeah, I trapped you, sucker. You know, like I have to be. I have to actually, earn my wins. Not like that guy just saw that you had Bo-Katan Mandalore. He's like, oh, I'll fight a different person.
You could have this. You could enjoy this as well. You just need to fall a little bit.
I don't want to.
It's a self-made problem then.
No, I'm just saying I earned my wins is all.
Uh,
That's all. I'm not saying you don't or
I was gonna
anything.
say I went in and did the battle.
Congratulations.
Singular.
Yeah, good. That was some work. Woo, man.
Um,
So,
okay, carry on.
oh, okay. So, Nice Sisters, that you're
Yeah,
gonna spend money to get that on your account.
I think so. I think I want it. I
Yeah.
I I understand what you're saying and I appreciate what you're saying. I think at my level where I like to bob in GAC,
Mm-hmm.
um, it won't hurt me to make them stronger.
No, I agree. I'm working on um faction essentials updated for Nice Sisters like that. I'll release that probably on Saturday, just on the same
Perfect.
day. Yeah,
Because I'll
so
need
people,
to remod them. I need to remod my whole roster, but
but you don't have enough credits yet. You'll get there. So you gotta start winning your GACs first, so you can win so get some credits.
and make
Did
it happen.
did you know? So when you go into a fight in GAC, if you win it,
Mhm.
they don't show you that you win credits every time. Like it used to be,
Right, that they
you
used to
go
show
in.
you.
Yeah, it used to be like, hey, 70K credits or whatever it is.
Right.
Anyways, a lot of people have been like, dude, you don't get credits anymore from GAC. I was like, really? Like, because it doesn't show you anymore. It's like, hey, you got however many banners, and then
Hmm.
it shoots you back into GAC. And so we tested it, and you do actually win credits. So those guys are dumbasses, just for the record.
So they just don't show you it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, why would they have to do that? That just seems silly.
I love when people claim things. They're like, dude, this is the truth. Without verifying it, really simply, it's the best.
But like, why would they take that away visually? That seems stupid.
I don't know. I have no idea. I just yeah.
Hmm.
It is a thing. So all right, you're not gonna get or you are gonna get Nice Sisters. Are there any other ones that you kind of have your eye on?
I was also kind of looking at the Geonosian one because I thought that could be good to do
Sure.
that combat mission, like just to jumpstart that in TB.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the thing about that is you still. So that's first off, that's just a combat mission,
Yeah, exactly. If it was a special mission where we got get currency, I would probably pull the trigger on it.
right? Well, the other part is, yeah, getting them all to Relic 3. That's cool, great, fun. Honestly, like that's legitimately a good deal on a
Hmm.
lot of levels, especially smaller accounts or people who like territory wars. That's a really good Omicron to put on
Yeah,
Poggle.
with Poggle.
Yeah, so has a lot of value. I would say though that if you're not going to use them in territory wars and your end game, like you're not going to use them that much anyways. Like your
Mhm.
brute alpha maybe as a tank or something, or maybe your pilots or something. Otherwise, yeah, like you still have to get them to Relic 7. Like from 3 to 7 is still a pretty big jump.
Yeah. I think what I like though about these bundles is you're skipping the first little bit of like the signal data and relic materials for those first few levels, which granted it's not like a huge amount that you're skipping, but it still adds up. Makes it a
Yeah,
little bit nicer.
agreed.
Um the so obviously it's pricier, but the General Skywalker one looks really good too. Especially because a lot of those characters are required for Kenobi.
Dude, I would say that that one is almost better at this point than buying the Hyperdrive bundle.
The $50 General Skywalker one.
Yeah, because you get a 7-star negotiator. Like
Oh, do you?
for a starting player, you
Mm,
don't have to spend that GT2 to farm it, and it's still a pretty relevant fleet if you go and farm the Marauder to go with it. Like, it's a really strong starting fleet. You
mm-hmm,
get Plo. I mean, you know how I preach about Relic 8 Plo Koon. Like, you get a Relic 3 Plo Koon, at
mm-hmm.
least. With his ship, you get a lot of really good foundational characters. For $50, especially for a new account, that's absolutely
Yeah.
like it's amazing. It's a really great value.
I saw the ships, but I didn't like register that it was a 7-star negotiator there. That's huge.
It's a big deal, man. Because early game, I mean, for every part of the game up until you get to the end part of
Mm-hmm.
the game, you really like the Cairo tech is such a crunch, and the GT2 that you use to buy
Mm-hmm.
Cairo tech, like or other gear for that matter, the gear 12 pieces. Um, Instead, you just have to invest that into two fleets that are like losing relevance slowly over time,
Yeah.
and to be able to just get one of those in one fell swoop, really nice.
Yeah. That's a great point. I like, I mean, the bundle looked solid before I even registered, like that was there, and that makes it even more worthwhile.
Yeah, it's really good. It's hilariously like there's actually a couple characters that you can't like you can't. I think is it General Skywalker? You can't actually unlock him without getting other packs. Like you have to get the Ewoks to unlock C-3PO so that you can do the one of the missions, for instance.
Right.
Um,
Uh,
Ewoks are an okay investment because so
yeah.
many people already have their Omicron on Chirpa.
Yeah. I mean, and also that C3PO unlock is such a pain in the ass that I almost feel
Yeah.
like it would be worthwhile just to have them over geared for the event.
See, I never really minded that event that much, but I've always invested a little more in my Ewoks anyways. And then, but I've heard enough people complain about it that I'm like, I'm pretty sure this person would have spent $15 just to stop having that headache.
I 1000% would have spent $15. That was painful. I think the C3PO event is probably like in my top 3 worst unlocks.
Wow,
Yeah, did not enjoy.
fair enough.
0 out of 10, do not recommend.
Well, probably because you tried to go with minimum gear, is what my
No,
guess
I
is.
I mean like it wasn't like minimum, but I had a few of them. I had added extra gear to them, and it was still quite not fun.
I believe you. So, yeah, it's
You didn't.
I believe that you didn't enjoy it.
Valid.
Um, so yeah, the bundles always seem like I mean, they're the good deals, honestly. I'm missing. Oh yeah, there's a Padme one.
Yes, there's a Padme one, which has a whole bunch of the separatists in it, which also
Yeah,
looks good. There's
I
nothing
guess
crazy. There's no Grievous in it.
the one thing I'll point out to people is, yeah, that they're all missing key characters.
Hmm.
So it's like, okay, you get Ewoks, cool, you have Ewoks, but the best version of Ewoks is gonna have Nisa in it, and she's not included in that pack.
Right.
I mean, I guess Geos they have all 5 Geos, but I mean you're getting Geonosians, so sorry. And then and then like you say, Grievous he is so key to
Yeah.
what the Separatists are doing, and he's not included either. So, yeah, key members and characters that aren't included, but still worth your 15. Like Marin's not included in this Night Sisters one, for instance.
Good point. I didn't realize that she wasn't there. That makes me a little bit sad.
A little sad. Okay, so let's do the trigger photo and then
Yeah.
go talk to talk to you again over yonder.
Over yonder.
Yeah. Okay. So every once in a while, people like to demonstrate their lack of intelligence, and they like to showcase it, and so we allow them the opportunity to do that. And today that's today. This person at let's see,
Yeah.
at 8.7 million GP,
Hmm.
8.8 really, has. I mean, there's a lot of characters they legitimately just haven't been able to unlock
Hmm.
yet, and some characters that they have just decided they don't want any part of for some reason.
And they're all conquest units. All of them. Like that's the common thread here.
Yeah, well, so Darth Bane, I think the most egregious are Maul and Darth Bane here.
Can I just be like real blunt with you? This
Please do.
makes me want to go play in traffic. Like this hurts me on an unbelievably deep level.
You know, I and on some level I sense that because um
Like,
well, when you unlocked, you went through a lot of trouble to unlock on Professor X, to unlock Ben Solo,
yeah.
and so I
And
went
I
and
was
I
so
relicked him.
proud. I was so proud of that too, because that was like the conquest where everyone's like, you need Rey and Kylo to do it.
Yeah,
And you didn't.
yeah, you figured it
I
out.
was so proud. Anyway, sorry, go
I
on.
know. Well, people would ask me, they're like, "Does Sarah actually think she can do that?" And I'm like, I mean, if she says she can, she can. And then you did. It was nice. Like, because my faith was proven. So I went. And I put Relic 5 on him. I'm like, I guess I'll just use him with Star Killer because I don't have Ray. But I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna honor that sacrifice. But yeah, this is egregious, and I have a headache just looking at it, frankly.
I think this might be, aside from the really sad BB-8 from our very, very, very first trigger photo,
Mm,
this is like the most triggering one for me.
this is pretty bad, man. Let's see if I can find the BB-8 one.
No, we don't need to find the BB-8 one. I'm already
Okay.
on the verge of tears here. You don't need to tip me over the edge. I apologize for saying I was going to punch you in the face that one time. You don't need to do it.
Okay, fine. Fine. All right, we're going to Sarah's channel, guys. In the video description, there's a link. There should be a link below one of us as well to go over there. Like, subscribe, comment, and yeah, that'll do, pig. Peg.
Peg.